A traditional textbook full of memorized facts is no longer enough to pass a modern practical examination. Today, we're examining the 2025 UNEB UCE Agriculture Paper 2 Practical. The front cover of the exam booklet contains the specific technical instructions for your score. The 4 scores use-only table lists basis codes A, HP, VR, AP, and PR, which act as the examiner's literal grading rubric. Success requires mapping your scientific methodology directly to these requirements. The competency-based curriculum shifts the focus to localized, real-world farming problems. Ivan's Garden presents a mystery, stunted and wilting crops in one specific section. Sophie's scenario involves a village market stall losing revenue to deteriorating produce. The exam requires you to step into the role of a hands-on agricultural consultant. You must diagnose the specific scenario before you can prescribe a valid remedy. In Ivan's Garden, plants are wilting despite identical water, fertilizer, and pest protection. The neighbor suspects the soil particle sizes in specimen C differ from those in specimen D. The scores grid for this task lists 4 codes, A, HP, VR, and AP. For code A, the aim, you must explicitly link the soil type to the resulting plant growth. For HP, the hypothesis, predict exactly how specimen C's physical properties lead to the wilting. Code VR focuses on your variables, classified into 3 distinct categories. The independent variable is the input, soil type C and D. The dependent variable is the measurable outcome, volume of water retained or drained. The controlled variables, soil, water, and time, must remain identical. Finally, code AP, apparatus, requires a list of specific equipment like measuring cylinders and funnels. A structured setup prevents experimental error before the data collection starts. The next phase covers procedure, data presentation, and analysis, codes PR, DP, and AN. You need numbered logical steps and a strictly ruled table labeled with milliliters or cubic centimeters. Analysis, code AN, requires you to use your numerical data to explain the underlying soil mechanics. Sandy soils with large macropores cause rapid leaching, while tightly packed clay micropores hold water. The final section addresses codes CL and RM, conclusion and recommendations. Avoid the mistake of recommending more fertilizer. The scenario stated fertilization was already uniform. The remedy for code RM is improving soil structure through mulching or adding organic matter. Adding organic compost changes the soil matrix, helping it clump and trap moisture. Data becomes useful when synthesized into a scenario-specific recommendation for the farmer. Item 2 shifts to post-harvest handling and economics at Sophie's market stall. The scores grid here focuses on codes IF and ST. Code IS, identify, requires a description of physical conditions, such as discoloration or softening. You will diagnose specimens like bruised tomatoes, weevil-damaged maize, and wilted greens. Code ST, state causes, requires mapping symptoms to failures, like linking bruising to transport damage. The final basis code for Sophie is CR, correct or remedy. These remedies must be actionable at the village level, like using rigid crates or shading the stall. Proper post-harvest handling protects the economic security of the farmer. The 2025 exam balances laboratory rigor with practical farm solutions. These 4 scores use-only tables provide a technical roadmap for your answers. By addressing every implicit prompt in the grid, you demonstrate the skills of an agricultural problem solver. This systematic approach prepares you for the field. Best of luck from Yaaka Digital Network. This analytical framework scales to every CBC-aligned practical assessment you encounter.